Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the Season 16 Race of Winners on Project Cars. We've got quite a good field here today, as you might be able to see by some of the names. We've also got defending champion AMH Racing, who is trying to keep his crown from last season. I myself and Jamie, one of your broadcasters today. I've also got Lee, NGR Ginge, in the commentary box with me.
Good evening.
And good evening from myself. So, it will be a 5-round mini championship, which at the end of it will only be one winner. We have got, each session will have 5-minute qualifying, followed by an 8-lap race, various tracks and various cars from around the world. The last race will be a 10-lap race with a 5-minute quali for the finale. So, first off, we will choose round 1's track, which is the very famous Imola, and followed by the car, which is the BMW 320 touring car. Lee, any ideas on thoughts about these car track combo?
Very good one, in fact. I remember very fondly racing one this track, and obviously touring cars being a favourite of mine. Should produce some nice close racing. The boys know the track. They've used the car, most of them use the car on the Ridge Green Mountain, some of them raking, some of them not so much, but it's a good all-round car that anyone should better jump in and have a good battle with. So yeah, look forward to this first one, definitely.
Yeah, no, following on from that, we've done the touring car championships in the past, Lee. We've had some good battles here, myself and you, wheel to wheel on here. Provide some good racing, some good overtaking, fast corners followed by slow corners. So it's a good all-round track, and I think it'd be a good opener today. Quite controllable cars in my opinion. So, with about 30 seconds before I launch the session, we will just calm down before the racing starts. Just Lee, are you ready with the points and everything and ready to go?
Yeah, I'm just making sure that the link is live on the post for on our forum, on the group page, and the spreadsheet is all ready to take down results. So let proceedings begin.
Let's get ready to rumble. So yes, as mentioned briefly, we've got some quite competitive drivers in here, some big names who have been in here for the last 5 or 6 seasons. We've got defending Race of Winners champion Andrew Holmes, who unfortunately took my crown off me the season before. We've also got Benji McCluskey, who has won multiple Race of Winners. He's got to be one of the favourites. Anyone you feel like you've got an eye on at all, Lee?
Well, yeah, there's the usual favourites, I think, that like we've already mentioned. Old Benji Boyraxer, extremely quick, extremely consistent. AMH sort of been pretty good and improving over the past few years. Seen him obviously come in when he first joined. Big favourite, I think. Cam's got an opportunity because of his being away from uni. He's not always here for the whole season, but when he comes in, he's always at the sharp end. So that could be very interesting. Along with any of the others, they're all pretty good in their own right. So it's going to be very interesting.
Yes, I believe that, correct me if I'm wrong here, Matt Jordan is the wild card.
Yes, Cam is. Cam wants to be his. Yes, he is, correct.
Yeah, any reason on that? Is it?
I think the basis on his selection was that, as it was mentioned, he do a full season. He's been here for quite a few seasons, many years actually. Jack's been a long time racing with Jack, but he's always been hit and miss due to his uni studies. being away from being able to be on the race list. But whenever it's raced, always been in the shop and always got good results. And it's just, I think for a wild card choice, it's the most obvious because he's going to come here and be competitive. It's just when he doesn't get on, he jumps in and he's straight on. Yeah, I think I'll go for it. Price of 5 ways.
Awesome. No, that's good. Shall we have a run through the list, shall we? Go for each driver, who they are. So, in number 1 slot here, we've got AMH Racing. As mentioned, he is the current Race of Winners champion. He's here trying to defend his title in the missed BMW. Second in the grid is Lee.
Second in the grid, sorry, do bear with me. I'm just getting messages from the guys pulling out racing after important. It's Chris. It's not somebody that I've raced with in the past, but it's done very well in the league. He's driven in 16. I don't have to knowledge of myself, so I'm going to see how he gets on.
Yeah, I haven't seen much of him in, driving around project cars. Obviously, he's got to be fairly good to be here, so it'd be an interesting one to see. Third, we've got Cam123 Diz, as we just briefly mentioned. He's our wild card. He's a very quick driver. Unfortunately, he cannot commit to full seasons due to university and things like that, but when he's about, he is a presence and he is a force to be reckoned with. Fourth car.
Just looking now, because obviously I've already got the abbreviations, STD, and I've got the full list here, which was STDRS Gerenium. Again, he's another driver. I've been around a long time. He may be reasonably new to some of the Nxtgen leagues. I haven't come across him before. Again, done well in the current season of season 16, and it's right to be here for the Race of Winners. So again, I can't give you much information on him, but again, keen to see how he gets on.
Yep. We've also got Shadow Stalker DBS. Shadow has been around for quite a while now. It's good to see him back in. He's he's always around. He's a good driver. He's a clean driver. I hope to see him do well as he slides through the second chicane, in fact. Next one, Lee. DY House.
Yeah, Dave's been around for some time now, applying his trade, improving his skills, and getting better and better every season. Really nice chap, works for Alpha Live, filming and car himself, and always likes to get stuck in, so nice character. So again, he'll be happy to be here and getting his nose stuck in, probably where he
we've also got, I'm gonna hurry them up a little bit, just because we've got just under a minute left of this qualifying session. We've also got Bruce Lee Hardin. He is related to our normal commentator Jordan Hardin. He's a good driver, all-round driver. He's been on my tail a few times. He's always there or thereabouts. Eighth car, Jack.
Yeah, Jack. Well, we all know Jack. Been around, part of the old guard. Ex-champion on controller. He's hunting for a win. A Race of Winners on his wheel now, to be able to claim that accolade of doing it on both types of control. So yeah, watch him. He's going to be all over it.
He's also in your livery, Lee. You like the orange car. I have no reason why. But yeah,
nothing
that's
wrong with the ginger livery.
nothing. Anyway, just quickly, we're getting the first times in. So at the moment, we've got the defending champion, AMH Racing, who throws his car around the second chicane. He's in pole with a 1 minute 53.753. 7/10 off, we've got Cam123 Diz. Further 2/10 off Cam, we've got RDF1 Adam Morris. Fourth place, not far behind at all, we've got Cop 0407. Fifth place, we've got Jack TM53 Synopsis. In sixth place, we have got Boy Raxa. In seventh, GT5 Vaz. Eighth, we've got the Les. Ninth, Bruce Lee Harding. 10th, JBH, sorry. 11th, STDRS Gerenio. 12th, Four Fish. 13th, Web User Johnny. And 14th, Shadow Stalker DBS. 15th, Dave Whitehouse. Let's have a little look at these cars as they come through. Let's have a look at the ones which are coming towards the line. We have got a fair few coming up towards the line here. So Jackson opposite, see if he can improve on his time from P5. He does, he goes pole. Nice lap there by only 1/100th of a tenth. Andrew goes to pole, 6 times quicker than Jack. Les has crossed the line. Cam goes P2. RDF 1 Adam Morris goes up to P4. GT5 Vaz goes to P6. Dave Whitehouse moves up to P11. That drops Shadow Stalker down to last, who's about to come across the line now.
No change there.
Lee, do you want to run through the top guys?
Quick run through, yes. So we got AMH Racing on pole, Camden second, and Boyrax a third. So that's by some of our predictions. The top 3 boys are quick lads up there. RDF 1 Adam Morris close on their heels, off the second off pole there. Then followed by Jack, GT Vaz, and Les, Kubo 407, JPH, that's Jordan down in 9th, Bruce Lee Harding rounding out the top 10. Following on behind, we then got D Whitehouse down in 11th, SDDRS Junior in 12th, Fourfish in 13th, Web User Johnny 14th, and Shadow Stalker in 15th. Looking like it's going to be a good race, and we've got the top 7 all within a second of each other. So yeah, looking good.
Yeah, just over a second there, the top 7. I did see Mark 1 unfortunately disconnect from the session. Hopefully he'll be able to join us in round 2 to refill his slot. Anyway, they've had their cool down from qualifying. Let's go into the race. Who's your bets on here, Lee?
Well, I think AMH's got a good bet, but he's going to have a bit of a battle with Cam here, so it'll be interesting to see how they get off the line.
So, here we go. We're off down to turn 1. One of the orange cards gets a close start there. Cam gets a great start off the line.
Yeah, early lead from Cam, he's got him managed to get in front of AMH.
It looks like everyone makes it through turn 1 and 2 nice and cleanly. Heading down to second chicane.
Yeah, I do apologise now. Me and Jamie are not going to know any of the corner names, but we'll do our best just to say corner.
It looks like everyone's going to make it cleanly through.
So far, it's a surprisingly good start actually. They've all been behaving themselves, gone on pretty well.
This is why it's the race of winners. We've got the best of the best here, so it should be clean racing. Seems quite interesting. Midfield here, P8, so P7 from Coop to Jack, all the way down to JPH. All look quite closely battled here. The little ginge gaggle. It's quite a nice.
A lot of orange cars, isn't there?
Yeah, they're out in force tonight. So yeah, I'm just trying to see at the minute if there's any people who are going to make a move into the chicane, but everyone seems to be behaving themselves. At the end of the day, it is round 1. I think they just want to get the points on the board and they can start battling later on.
Yeah, some of these guys have been well aware of obviously their first lap rush and getting the races ruined, so maybe a little bit more cautious than normal, which is a better way to be, and then plan out as the race progresses.
Indeed. We've got AMH back in the lead. Boy Raxer in second, and Cam123 Diz in third, who's in the slipstream of Boy Raxer. Boy Raxer's a hard guy.
Yeah. This is a great battle, but actually these two are going to top the ride out all the way through, I think.
We've got a car going off in the background. One of the yellow cars. think it's RDF1 Adam Morris. Yes, RDF1 Adam Morris has gone off at the first chicane. Unfortunately, I don't know what's happened there. Hopefully he can keep it going and try and salvage some points. AMH and Boy Rex are side by side at the minute, battling for P1.
Cam's just sat in prime position to keep an eye on these guys, and I'm sure he'll pinch the spot as they end up tackling.
100%. I mean, I've raced with both of these guys for many, many years, AMH and Boy Raxa, and I know neither of them would want to let the other win. They're both highly competitive, and they are both out for the glory. Unfortunately there, Boy Raxa seems to have gone wide at the chicane, which gives Andrew the opportunity to get the run. He's looking down the inside into the chicane. Surely he can't fit two cars through there. Look how close that racing is. Wheel to wheel into the turn. Oh, there's contact.
Oh, he's taking a bit of a nice run up there from Cam in second place.
On board of GT5 Vaz, he's now in prime position to, if any of these top three trip over each other and battle, he has got a lovely spot here. Down into turn one, side by side. The issue with the second and third place battling, this second, third and fourth, sorry, is it's given the guy at Benji, Boy Raxa, a nice lead. So obviously they've got to be wary of that and try and work together, and they should be able to catch him. Meanwhile, looking back a bit further, you've got Jack TM53 Synopsis and the Les are quite close together. Jack's quite the opposite to the other, to the front three, I find. Lee, I don't know if he's quite a gentleman racer. He's there and thereabouts. He will give people room. He's a very respectful racer.
Yeah, Jack's always been very clean and respectful. He can be tough when he wants to be, but he's a sensible racer at the end of the day. They all are. I'm not taking any credit away from any others, but in particular Jack can be, yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's been doing this a long time now on both controller and now on wheels sometimes, so he knows his stuff.
He's alongside the Les. That's going to give Les... This gives Jack the opportunity to go down the... No, he hasn't. Let's have a little look. We've got JBH here battling with his uncle, Bruce Lee Harding. Bit of a family rivalry there. Obviously JBH is our usual commentator. He is normally within the box. He's a lot better than me and Lee. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He knows the corner names.
Well, I'm going to be honest, this is my first time and I feel terribly embarrassed the fact that I'm not talking more or making any sense, and yeah, so I apologise for my poor performance and commentary efforts here.
Lee, I think your mic is a bit quiet.
I know, I've been trying to look at it and I'm not quite sure how to, I'm just going to have a look at some settings.
Yeah, if you go into the party, we go into the party setting, go adjust microphone level and turn it right the way up, mate. While he's doing that, I will have a little look back here. So we've got D Whitehouse and STDRS Gerino, also with Four Fish having a nice little battle back in P10, 11 and 12. Let's go back up to the front. So we've got Boy Raxa with an 8/10th lead, followed by Cam 123 Diz with AMH Racing in P3, GT5 Vaz in P4 with 3 seconds to the left, closely followed by Jack and Coop. We've got Bruce Lee Harding with JBH closely followed behind him. We've got Four Fish in P10 with STDRS, Dave Whitehouse in 12, RDF1 Adam Morris made 2 places to P13. We've got web user Johnny, who is coming down the hill now. He's had a few issues. And Shadow Stalker DBS, who must have had an issue somewhere. That's our field at the moment.
Okay, I'm back. Hopefully I've adjusted my audio and that might be better for the audience to be able to hear my dulcet tones.
Yes, no, I can hear you now, mate. Yeah, that's a lot better. I'm focusing on battle, the P567 battle. So that is the Les, Jack TM53 synopsis and Coop or...
Yeah, Coop, his name's Coop. Yeah, Coop.
I'll go Coop. That's how I'm saying it for this evening. They're having quite a nice little battle. Here we go down into turn 1 and turn 2. Anyone going to make a move here? It's quite an important corner if you can get a good run through this turn 3 left-hander. Someone's off there. It's Boy Raxa. Boy Raxa's gone off in the first chicane. I don't know what's happened there. I don't often see him make mistakes. That's a rare one. It might be the only one tonight. That shocked me.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. We need to sack Warren and miss that one.
Apologies on that. I was, yeah, sorry. I was too busy focusing on the battle up front. So
nah, it's the way it goes. Don't worry.
We've got Cam 123 Diz in P1, closely followed by AMH Racing. They've got a nice gap now, 4 seconds to GT5 Fast. He's lost a bit of time as well. You've got the Les, followed by Jack, followed by Coop. Bruce Lee Harding in P7, JPH in P8, and Boy Rax in P9. We've got 4Fish P10 with Dave Whitehouse P11, STDRS in P12. RDF and 1 Adam Morris is still down to P13, getting followed by web user Johnny. And we have got Shadowstalker DBS rounding up the field. Oh, Jack went into the back of the Les then, as Jack obviously realised he'd done wrong. He didn't make the move stick and gave him a bit of chance there.
Just tried changing my audio again, and hoping it might have been better now this time. I should keep trying until I get the right result.
You've got JBH99 here, all over the back of Boy Raxa. It looks like Jordan, JBH99, has fallen back a bit from Bruce Lee. Bruce has gone into the second chicane where Jordan is now following him. I'm not sure what's happened there. That's another incident we've missed. We're not doing too well here, Lee, are we?
No, unfortunately not, and that's racing, mate. You can't keep it see it all.
Let's have a look at the front. The front is still happily where they are. Cam 123 Diz, the wild card, is holding his own against the defending champion AMH Racing, as they are on lap 6 out of 8.
Yeah, this is a fascinating battle actually with Cam obviously coming in as a wild card, and he's sat here right at the sharp end, and he's holding AMH very well.
We will see how that battle progresses. We've also got Jack still in a intense battle with Coop. This has been a battle going on all race with the Les, Jack and Coop. They've been providing some entertainment. They're spaced out now a little bit where the tyres, because obviously tyre wear is on with these cars, it might play a factor, saying that the rear wheel drives are quite good on their tyres. We've got Dave Whitehouse all on the back of STDRS. This should be a nice little on board to have down the start finish line. Okay, meanwhile back to the field, we have still got AMH and Cam 123 Diz.
Yeah, this is the penultimate lap now, so it's interesting. Cam seems to have settled a bit of rhythm, and he's got that, between 0.3 and 0.5 lead. It's just fluctuating to and fro at the minute, so he seems to be holding nicely.
Do we think, Lee, that AMH might mount a challenge? From what I know of him, I think the last lap he will do everything in his power to get past Cam 1, 2, 3 Diz.
Yeah, Saw just saying he was trying to send him the dummy into the chicane. His racecraft's building really well, AMH, and yeah, he's not going to sit there and just take second. He'll be looking for any opportunity he can find.
It's that famous saying, second is the first of the losers. Let's have a quick run through before we go on to our final lap and stick with the battle, which might be P1 and P2, because I think that'd be an interesting one. So, P1 is Cam 1, 2, 3 Diz, 2 is AMH Racing, P3 is GT5 Vaz. He's got a nice space in front of him of 7 seconds and about 3 seconds to the cars behind. We've got the Les, Jack TM53 Synopsis and Coupe, all quite close together. Anything could happen there. We've got Bruce Lee Hardin and Boyrax, who's trying to make recovery after that mistake at the first chicane. As he pulls out of the slipstream going into turn 1, he's got the inside line. Question is, will Bruce defend hard, or will he let Boyrax and Bruce think of the points later on?
Well, if you consider he was at the back of the grid when he fell back, I think he let pretty much everyone by, and he's back at the 7th. That's an amazing recovery at this point.
Indeed it is. In P9 we've got JPH, who's by himself at the moment. We've got 4 Fish still in that intense battle with STDRS and Dave Whitehouse. This is another one that's been going all race long. Meanwhile, back to the front, sorry, I've just noticed the times. AMH Racing is only 1.5 temps, 2 temps behind Cam 1, 2, 3 Diz, with only half a lap to go.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on this, the final now. Like you say, half a lap to go, coming up to the final, sets a few corners. Oh, there's a little bit of a Cam went a little bit wide there coming out of the chicane. AMH is all over him. Defending hardly.
Cam goes deep into the first one. Keeps it in for turn 2. This makes AMH Racing have a nice run. He can literally just see the BMW badge. However, Cam has gone defensive into the second to last corner, the penultimate corner. They're going to go side by side. Who's the latest on the brakes? Seems like Cam's got the appropriate line. Into the last corner. This is going to be a drag race down to who's going to take it. 3 attempts to make up. Has this car got that much of a toe in it? I think this one's for Cam's.
Win for Cam. No, that's brilliant. What a great final few corners was there. Well done, guys.
What a great win by Cam. Nice one there. AMH finishes second. P3 we've got GT5 Vaz, who is about to come across the line now. Good race by him. 4th, the Les, followed by Jack and Coupe. We've got Boy Raxer back up to P7, followed by Bruce Lee Harding. 3 seconds Boy Raxer gained on Bruce that last lap. We've got JPH 99 in P9 as he spins across the finish. 10th is 4 Fish, followed by SDDRS. Gerino in 11th, Dave Whitehouse in P12. P13 is RDF1 Adam Morris after his incident early on, never really recovered from that. Web user Johnny in P14, and bringing up the tail end of the field, which is amazing driving nonetheless to be this far, is Shadow Stalker DBS as he flashes his light at lights. So that's the end of the first one. I'll go through the field once more. So P1 was Cam 1, 2, 3 Diz, followed by AMH Racing. They had a great battle all race long. 3rd was GT5 Vaz, followed by the Les in P4. P5 was Jack TM53 Synopsis. In P6 was Coupe. In P7 was Boy Raxer. P8 was Bruce Lee Harding. P9 was JBH 99. P10 was 4 Fish. P11 was STDRS. P12 was Dave Whitehouse. P13, unlucky for some, is RDF1 Adam Morris. P14 is web user Johnny. P15 was Shadow Stalker DBS, and obviously P16, however he had a technical issue, was Bob Mark 1. So let's go on to the second round. So Lee, without revealing them right now, what do you think of the what do you think of the next cars?
Well, nobody knows what they are yet. You haven't put them up, but I obviously know what they are. So
Yeah.
I'll wait till you change them.
No, what do you think as we're loading them up? What's your thoughts on them? What do you think of the track car combo? I'm not going to say anything. Just
well, obviously we're trying to spice things up a little bit as we go. So I think this one will be interesting. It's not one that we've been running leagues on recently, and it's, as you can see, a classic track. So this should be very interesting. Slipstream's going to come into play, and should be hopefully another fun race.
would you like to reveal the car as I'm going through them now?
Oh, the car which Jamie's just putting into place will be the Radical SR8. So high revving, nimble, reasonable downforce, good in the slipstream. So on this track, hopefully should make for some interesting racing.
My apologies, I wrote the SR8, it's the SR3.
Oh right, okay.
That is my apologies.
Oh well, it's a Radical. We were close.
Yes, I chose these cars because they were used 2 seasons ago. They haven't been driven. They've been locked up in their garage for over a season now. Unfortunately, the season didn't take off as I anticipated. But in pre-season testing, a lot of people tested them. They are great for a battle. They are very slipstream dependent, and they are nimble and grippy little cars. And a track like Silverstone Classic, which is a fast-flowing track, it should provide some great racing. Just watch out for.
Should.
So, I will give everyone 30 seconds before we set off for round 2.
Do forgive me if I'm quiet for a minute. I'm just sorting out the results from the last race and put them into the table to obviously accumulate as we go. I can post them up on the group page with the link that I posted up just now. So if people want to have a look and see where the standings are as they go, they'll be able to just have a quick look.
Okay, so with no further ado, let's go into round 2, which is the Radical SR3s, not the SR8s. My apologies again, Lee. And the track is Silverstone Classic GP. This should be a spicy one.
Yeah, it certainly should. I think with these cars, with their downforce and the slipstream possibilities, hopefully it will keep everyone nice and close and not have too spread a field. It's quite a fast-flowing track. There's not, apart from the chicane at the end, a lot of flowing corners, so it should be interesting.
Yeah, this one should be a bit shorter than the other track. The other track was obviously the touring cars are quite a reasonably paced car. Around Imola there's a lot of turns, so you're not having quite a high average speed. Where around here the average speed I would think is going to be well in excess of what the previous round was. So it should be 8 fun-filled laps. Anyone you flavour in this one, Lee?
Again, the top 3 guys that were there, I think Boyrax is going to want a little bit of recompense for obviously whatever happened, and want to get a good score this round to pull himself back in with opportunity. So I keep my eyes on him, obviously along with AMH and Cam.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll have a little outlap, shall we, with AMH Racing defending champion. We'll have a little on board with him. So this is what the drivers see: is a dashboard and road in front of them. There is nothing to these cars. They are so light to drive, but they should provide great racing. We'll stick the speedo in the map on. So as you can see on the right hand side on the stream there, you see he's only in 4th gear and he's topping out 130-ish mile an hour. So these are very quick. Obviously this track's quite bumpy, so you've got to be careful of that. But most of this track I would think is pretty flat. This little left-hander here is flat. It might require a brake coming up to this right-hander where the gradual cars are ahead. I would think that would be a 4th gear corner, potentially 5th, depends how brave you are. So obviously 130 mile an hour on the way in, so it's third gear, around 100 mile an hour on the way in. There's a car that spins ahead of him, good avoiding action there. Back up to fourth gear as bollards go flying straight off. This should be a lift off, as Andrew does there, so that's to 103 mile an hour. This little left kink going onto the back straight should be flat out, about 130 I would think, as it shows down there. And then it's quite a long little drive down the bumpiest part of the track, in my opinion, into the dreaded chicane. It's all about getting your brakes right and getting the exit back on to start your flying lap. Andrew backs off a little bit because of the cars ahead. There's a few there on the side of the road, so third gear. He has a nice little drift there, 100 mile an hour. Nothing like keeping your spirits alive, Haley. So as we go through the grid, as we go through the field, there's some guys which are well ahead of the others. There's Boy Raxer up there. He's miles ahead of everyone else, along with RDF1 Adam Morris. They seem to have checked out, really, I think the word is, isn't it?
Well, they might have just got out of the garages a little bit earlier and then obviously just cracked right on. The others maybe taking a bit of time to get out, so...
Yeah, RDF1 Adam Morris has got his lights ablaze. He's on a fast lap. He's probably angry after race 1 after that incident. I know Adam doesn't like incidents. Well, no one really does, but it fires him up a little bit inside, I think. Also, Boy Raxer would be quite annoyed with that. He's, as you mentioned earlier, he's really consistent and will be kicking himself, so he'll be on a retaliation drive. So, as Adam Morris comes through and takes out the cones, we'll see what the first lap time is, and then swiftly followed by Boy Raxer. So Adam does a 1:32.2, Boy Raxer does a 1:30.5. Cam 123 Diz, the winner of the first round here. It's coming through the long left-hander, heading towards the chicane at the last part of the track. How are the points looking, Lee?
Yeah, I'm just finalising them at the moment. Obviously, because of the results in the first race, well, Cam is taking the lead. Obviously, using the same point structure as we do in the leagues. 21, MH Racing on 18, GT5 Vaz 15, the Les 13, Jackson Optis 12, Coop 11, Boy Raxer 10, Bruce Lee Harding 9, JPH 8, Fullfish 7, STDRS Gerino 6, DY House 7, 5, RD8 F1 Adam Morris 4, Web User 3, Seven Stalker 2, and Bob Mark 1 left the session. I'm not sure. Yes, he did get back in. That's good.
He did get back in.
Unfortunately, though, he didn't score. So round 1 results are in. I should go and post those up on the page as well for viewing and management.
Meanwhile, Lee, we've got a bit of a streaker on track, like the famous streaker that was at the British Grand Prix that time, which was at Silverstone. JBH has taken his bonnet and his boot off. He's really shedding away to try and get a fast lap time. Currently, he's in P3.
Does seem to have shed a few layers there by the looks of it.
I think we shall call him the Onion. So, Boy Raxer is currently top of the time with a 1:29.1, followed by AMH with a 1:31.1. Jack, TM53 Synopsis, sneaks in a 1:30.0. MHP3, GT5 Vaz in 4th. 5th, we've got D Whitehouse. 6th, we've got the ever lighter JBH. Bruce Lee Harding jumps up to P5. We've got the Les who's still on track. He's currently done his time. Web User Johnny. We've got one car still going round. I think it is Boy Raxer. Boy Raxer managed to get a 3rd lap in, so this should be quite an interesting lap. Should we ride on board with him while he does the only one?
Well, interestingly, he's already got pole, so albeit Cam and AMH are still on track at the moment, so I'm not sure whether they're still on a lap. But
they're on a slow down lap.
Yeah, in which case it doesn't matter what he does now, he's got pole anyway.
He's currently 0.871 up, so this could go almost 2 seconds clear than anyone else. As he comes into the final chicane, he stays off those vicious curbs.
Yeah, he stayed off very well actually.
That was a quick lap. So Lee, I'll let you do the honours and run through.
So yes, that was a great pole there for Boy Raxa. Obviously increasing his pole position from 0.8 to 1.9, so doubled the actual time over second, which is Jackson Opsis. He'll be happy there with the second place. Cam Diz staying up the front there with third with a 1:30.6. We then got AMH Racing coming in front of GT5 Vaz, Bruce Lee Harding in 6th, D Whitehouse 7, JPH in 8th, Coop in 9th, the Les coming in 10th. Following on from the Les in 10th, we have RDF1 Adam Morris in 11th. Don't think he'll be too pleased with that. Not quite sure though whether he got a lap in. He's normally a little bit quicker than that in this situation. STDRS Junior in 12th, Web User Johnny 13th, Bob Mark 1 14th, Fourfish 15th, and Shadow Stalker DBS bringing up the rear in the 16th spot.
Are you ready for it, Lee?
I'm ready, if you're ready.
Then let's go then, buddy. Continue to the race. Here we are. Look at that lovely grid, barely any space between them. See how these cars get off the line, because if you're too throttle happy they will start to spin. So let's have a go. Someone did not get going. There's 2 cars round there. I think that's Coop didn't get going and Dave Whitehouse had an awful start. So going into turn 1, it's a bit of a Hornet. Group B's going in there. Group of Hornets. I don't know what I'm saying right now. I'm too excited. So, cracking start for Roy.
Yeah, Roy Raxa got off really well. The rest seem to be backing very close behind him. Well, certainly AMH and Camden. GT5 following on. It's a similar line. Jack stayed up at 4th. We'll be pushing hard to try and stay up the front there with the ball. And we have an optimistic DRS radio there off in the back.
We've also got some weight saving down here. Here we go, let's have a look at the slipstream here. We might be able to see it from a cockpit point of view, where there is one. Let's sit on the middle of the pack, so let's have a look at Jordan here. So Jordan's obviously battling with Bruce and RDF1 Adam Morris. RDF1 Adam Morris goes wide. So we're in a nice slipstream here, providing they get around these corners okay and stay close together. You'll see the power of the slipstream as we finish this lap on board with JPH. RDF1 Adam Morris is using the track and the grass. It's a very expensive lawnmower. So here we go into the last part of the circuit. You can see the cars pulling out left and right everywhere where the slipstream's so apparent. Into the final chicane. That's someone's gone round. I think that's the Les. The Les has gone round in the chicane. So as we continue the lap with JBH, I just want to show you the slipstream in these cars going into turn 1, which is quite a difficult turn. It's quite bumpy. Do you think we'll see it pass into the next turn, Lee?
Well, it's got a good slipstream here. If we keep his line out, we've got a very good chance.
Here we go. We're slowly pulling him in. He backs out nice and early. Sensible driving there by Jordan. He is. RDF1 Adam Morris is going sideways. He's throwing cones at our camera. Thanks there. So here we go. Side by side. Adam is going defensive. Adam is going to squeeze Jordan all the way to the edge of the track. Can they go? No. Jordan thinks better of it. Jordan thinks better of it. Anyway, meanwhile, back to the front. We've got Boy Raxa still in the lead with a 7:10 lead, followed by Cam, followed by Jack TM53 Synopsis. We've got P4, we've got AMH Racing, he was running up front. Something must have happened to him. P5, we've got GT5 Vaz, 6 is Bruce Lee Harding. Closely gaining on GT5 Vaz as they come down underneath the tunnel. There's a slipstream effect happening there, but GT5 Vaz goes nice and defensive. Bruce Lee Harding will have to try around the outside. This is a brave move if they can. One's going to go over the curb.
Good racing, they've stayed on together.
Good racing, a bit of rubbing is racing, nothing a bit of fiberglass wouldn't fix if this was real life. Nice little battle of 4 of them here.
Oh, they're all over each other, this is great entertainment.
This is good racing. There's 4 cars all squabbling for the same bit of track. Three wide, going around the left-hander. Who's going to be the bravest on the brakes? Is it the outside? Bruce Lee Harding, has he managed to do it? Oh, that's a...
Who is that this far?
GT5 Vaz. GT5 Vaz, unfortunately, has gone round. He has gone to the Jordan effect and is trying to lose some weight.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jordan didn't see him, came straight round the corner and smashed straight into it, so slowed him up.
Yeah, unfortunately, Jordan seems to be winking at us with the damaged headlight. That's broke that field up a little bit. We've still got Bruce Lee Harding there. Coop is shedding the rear end. JPH. RDF1 Adam Morris has gone back up to P5, but it's a tall order to get 3 seconds onto Jack TM53 Synopsis, who loses it.
He's lost it. Oh no. He'll be gutted about that.
Yes, yeah. This track's very bumpy. These cars are very stiff, shall we say. So
it takes quite a bit of skill to keep these under control around here. One lapse of concentration and just that's shown there by Jack and he's gone.
Boy Action's got a 1.2 second lead, 1.3 seconds to Cam Diz. Cam is just, I think, happy sat where he is, taking the points and still leading the championship. I would think after this, AMH Racing is closely followed by him. We've got RDF Adam Morris, who is 6 seconds behind those boys. Fifth, we've got Bruce Lee Harding still in this little battle with Coop. JPH99 is recovering from that drive. GT5 Vaz is behind him with the weight-saving Radical. Jack's TM53 Synopsis is only down to P9 after that incident with web user Johnny P10, with the STDRS closely followed behind him. You've got the Les also in a little battle there, quite close to them, I think in three-way. You've got Bob Mark 1 and P13. D. Whitehouse in P14, who's not too far away from Bob Mark 1. Full Fish, who was one of the ones who had an incident at the beginning, in P15. And Shadow Stalker, DBS in P16, mounting the curb. I think because there's been quite a few incidents here, the fields are slightly spread out a little bit here.
Yeah, they've gone spread out. Just looking at the times, the closest three seems to be 4th down to 6th at the moment. The front three are spread out with reasonable equal gaps, about 1.5 seconds each, first, second, and third. Then Adam Morris is obviously who's trying to catch up at the moment. Then about another second behind, obviously Bruce Lee Harding, and then you've got Bruce, Coop, and JPH. Obviously then 5 seconds back, so really it's that 4th, 5th, 6th that's the closest battle at the moment.
You can almost see on the little track map there, I'm sure you can see it as well, Lee. We've got a little segment of the lead cars going into that right hand with the bottom right of the map there. You've got a little group, then you've got another little group behind you you're on board with. And they're just spaced out in 2 or 3 cars. Someone has gone off and losing time.
That was Cam, just got back coming off the lead.
No, I think...
Get back opened up now between Boy Ratcher and AMH.
Yeah, Boy Ratcher's just been driving his car, but GT5 Vaz has dropped back a bit on the map there. He just lost... His car seems stationary within the map. He was a lot closer to JPH and Jack than he was. This seems like a good little battle here, JPH and Jack. Obviously Jack lost it round this corner, so he might be taking it quite tentative round there. He says, kicking up loads of dust.
Yeah, no, what I was realising, Jamie, was that there was 1.5 seconds between first and second and third, and it's now gone out to 4 seconds between first and second, and then 2 to 3 seconds between second and third, so they've all spread themselves out a little bit as they come through, I think it was the end of first sector. So, something must have gone on there between them separately. There's a big slide there from Jack as he goes through that corner, which is start chicane.
He managed to save it though. We've got Coop and Bruce Lee Harding here, the identical livery cars. No wonder why Coop's closing. He is shedding weight like there seems to be quite a habit round in these cars. That's one to keep an eye out with. We've also got a little battle back here with the Les web user Johnny and STDRS. The Les gets a pull run out of turn 1 with web user Johnny, I think just within his toe. As we shall ride on board with web user Johnny. Oh, the Les has spun it. The Les has gone round. That corner seems to be catching quite a few people out. I know there is a bit of a bump on the way in there.
Yeah, I think if you go in too hot and then you catch the bump wrong as well, it just throws you out straight away.
Anyone you would like to have a little look at, Lee, and how they're driving these cars?
Try and entertain the viewers with obviously the closest battles, and it looks like they're so well spread out at the moment. It's between Bruce and Coop, they're pretty close at the moment, but the rest seem to be pretty well spread out without much sort of close battling going on at the moment.
No, as we go in to lap 7, so we've got this plus one more lap. There seems to be quite a few exclamation marks coming up, which obviously means quite close racing. You've got Dave Whitehouse here, who is quite close to Bob Mark 1 as they come down into the final chicane. This should be quite a nice spectacle. Bit of track extension there, and he's lost it hard into the inside wall. In one of these classic tracks, that's never good. He is doing donuts for the crowds.
I think he took too much curve there and it completely threw off his traction, and then he kept the foot down and just threw himself into a spin. So could you clarify, Jamie, just for the viewers, have you got the track limits? Are they on track penalties on or off at the moment?
Track limits are off at the minute, purely for it being the race of winners. I would have thought that we could trust them. These are you know, the best of project cars. Also, we're around some of the tracks we will be using tonight. I won't say any because it will give it away. Can be quite temperamental, to say the least, with project cars is penalty systems. So I thought we'd give them the benefit of the doubt. If we see anything that is obviously damn right cheating, we will pull them up and issue penalties where is required. Anyway, we are on the final lap. There is a few little battles. We've obviously Cam and AMH Racing. These two are glued to each other, and they must have ate in the same bowl of Weetabix this morning. Shall we follow the last bit of this lap? Oh, Cam gone wide. AMH Racing is all over the back end of him as they go into the long straight. They are side by side going down the straight. Cam 1, 2, 3. Cam's got the inside line. Cam has taken P2. AMH Racing is not going to give in. As they go millimetres apart. Cam's got the inside, but that compromises exit as we go into AMH into the last bit. AMH is flashing his lights. We will sit in the cockpit as we go around the last 2 turns before we switch back to the leader. This will be where slipstream is quite strong. AMH breaks the slipstream to try and get the undercut. Cam is wise to it and defends it as we go back to the leader. So to come across the line, and P1 is Boy Raxa for his first win of the night. He is going to love after race 1. P2 is Cam 1, 2, 3 Diz, closely followed by AMH. Cam takes P2, AMH P3. RDF 1 at Adam Morrison P4. Bruce Lee Hardin closely followed by with Coop in P5 and 6. P7 you've got Jack TM53 Synopsis. You're not going to be happy after that spin. P8 is JPH99 with the missing headlight. P10 is GT5 Vaz with the wonky wing and the shedding of the bodywork. P10 is STDRS closely followed by web user Johnny. P12 is the Les, who had a mistake. He's not going to be best pleased with that. Bob Mark 1 is coming down to the chicane now.
Looks like he's cruising.
P13 is Bob Mark 1, Full Fish and P14, Shadow Stalker DBS and P15. P16 is DY House.
Well, that race didn't turn out to be as exciting as I thought it might have been, but as predicted, the 3 quick lads at the front got up there and stayed up there for the whole race.
Yep, so to round out the field, while Lee goes and tells the group in the public lobby something, we have got P1, we've got Boy Raxa, taking on his winning streak again. P2 is AMH Racing, P3 is Cam123 Diz, P4 is Adam Morris, P5 is Bruce Lee Harding, P6 is Coop 0407, P7 is Jack TM53 Synopsis, P8 is JBH99, P9 is GT5 Vaz, P10 is web user Johnny, P11 is STDRS Durinio, P12 is the Les, P13 is Bob Mark 1, P14 is 4Fish, P15 is Shadowstalker DBS, and Dave Whitehouse in P16. So, on to choice number 3 before we have a 10-minute break. We're just reducing the tracks a little bit due to the fact of time. These cars should be quite interesting and should provide good racing. It's the Formula Renault 3.5s. So they're the open wheels, fast cars round Spa, a classic F1 style track. The Formula Renault 3.5s, I think, are a fitting car for this circuit. Do you agree, Lee?
Yes, indeed. Classic track, high downforce, quick car. Should test all the skills of the drivers in this one. Looking forward to watching it while doing the results at the same time.
I'll let you do the results in quali, because obviously we'll be bringing in the top 3 in the next session. We have a 5-minute break. I will get this session underway in 20 seconds. This is a point, Lee. You should be playing music. Do do do.
I'm not singing. No way.
No. I agree. For the viewers, I think that's the best bet. Let's get the show on the road. You driven a Formula Renault 3.5s much when you played this game, Lee?
Honestly, no. I don't think I actually maybe have ever played it on that game. In all the races and time that was on Precars 2, I don't think I did, which is bizarre to say that.
I've done a lot of open wheels. I've done the Formula C's Aragon car, Formula Renault 3.5s. They have got DRS.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. The interesting thing is DRS is open all around the track. So when you're in a straight, you can open DRS. It's unlike F1 where there's designated zones. So obviously after Eau Rouge, you can flip DRS open and just open it in any straight you feel like. The risk is obviously you might forget to close it if it's a non-braking corner. So you might see a lot of spins here. So here we are. Fitting tribute to the F1 season that is currently not going ahead with everything going on in the minute in the world. We bring as close as we can to Formula 1. And we get some lovely sounds from the Formula Renault 3.5. So, I'm going to ask you that infamous question again, Lee.
Well, I'm not sure on this one, because obviously the 3 quick guys, the favourites, have got to be on form, but I think there's potential a little bit further down the field. Some of these guys are a little bit more maybe specialist in these in the higher downforce Formula type cars, so we might see an upset here, but genuinely, to give you any names, I'll only be guessing. So again, I think you'll see the usuals. Boy Raxa, may well see Jack a little bit more in the thick end of this one. He's never not making a mistake. He's got a good chance of being up there.
Sorry to interrupt you. Yeah, no, I agree. If you have a look at these, you've got the little DRS button on the speedo there at the top next to the temperature of the engine. Look at the speed these cars can get. This is on board with web user Johnny with no slipstream. He's currently 165 mile an hour. Obviously that's going to increase quite a bit in tow. We saw on the outlap 3 cars battling it with Bob Mark 1 with others. So these cars should provide a good bit of racing. However, the problem with open wheels is that you can quite easily end up on your roof. As we see someone off on the right hand side there. AMH Racing, Cam 123 Diz has gone off. He is currently facing the wall. He's managed to find reverse, luckily. Will he get the car going again? He does. Obviously visual damage is on these cars. We added the visual damage purely because being the racing winners, we don't want anyone to be out because of damage, because we feel that would be unfair. However, visual damage it just gives that extra little bit of touch. I feel you see who's had the hits and who's had the spills, so it should add that extra bit of realism. So, leading the field through the line is STDRS as he comes out of the straight in the standard Formula Renault 3.5 colours, the launch car. Let's take a little lap on board of him in the cockpit view. You can see how low these cars are to the ground, along with the radicals compared to the touring cars. But they are quite a precision car. You've got to really pick your lines well, and you've got to drive them and being really on top of the car. Obviously the only assist that we've allowed the drivers to have today is the ABS only. So there is no stability control, there is no traction control, so the drivers will have to drive these cars. Lee, is Spa a favourite of yours and track-wise?
No.
Well, no, really?
I'll be honest. On console, I always seem to struggle to be quick, so it was frustrating that I wasn't competitive. However, I've always enjoyed the track. Don't get me wrong; it is a brilliantly amazing track. I love it, but I've never been competitive on it since I've moved to PC. Different hardware that I'm now fortunate to be able to use on my PC. I enjoy any track, and especially Spa. Again, still not quick, but I do now enjoy it even more than I did before. So yeah, it's that classic, let's be honest. Everyone loves Spa. Okay, you have your off days when you're not sharp when you want to be, but yeah, it's a brilliant pure races track.
I agree. I like Spa personally. I think it provides some great racing. I also think it's a challenging track. You can easily get complacent around it because there is a lot of run-out to being a modern F1 track. However, it bites you because the barriers aren't that far away when you're doing 170 odd mile an hour. So at the minute we'll go through the quick lineup of who's gone across the line. We've got AMH Racing in P1, who's done a 2 minute. Oh, we've got a boy Raxer in P1, who has only managed to get 1 lap in. That could be quite costly because AMH managed to get a 2nd lap in. He was only 2 tenths behind him. So we've got boy Raxer in P1 with AMH Racing in P2. Third, we've got RDF on Adam Morris, who's managed to get a 2nd lap in the all blue car. STDRS in the Renault official livery in P4. P5 is Coop, who has managed not to get a lap in. Bruce Lee Harding in P6, who has managed to get another one in almost the Williams looking car. P7, Cam 123 Diz, he's not going to be too happy with that. Down in P7, Lee.
No, he's not, but sorry, I'm still doing the points. I see, yeah, it's all over, so a little bit of a mix up then for Cam, obviously, in whatever's happened, and bear in mind he's currently, and I can tell the viewers now, Cam is currently leading the Race of Winners Championship. Albeit I say that, he's joint leading the Current Racing Winners' Championship. Him and AMH Racing are both on 36 points, followed by Boy Raptor, who's currently on 31. So it's quite interesting at the top there. There's then a little bit of a drop down to GT5 Baz on 23. You've then got Jack and Coop on 22 each. Bruce Lee Harding's on 21. The Les on 18. You've then got JPH and RDF1 Adam Morris both on 17. STDRS Dorino on 12. Four Official Weapons Johnny on 10. You have Dave Whitehouse on 6, and then Shadow Stalker on
AMH Racing's just taken pole. Apologies, sorry.
Oh, brilliant. Still, I think Cam's going to be ruining that, but we'll see how he gets on in the race.
Bob Mark 1 spins out of the chicane and loses his front wing. That's surely going to cancel that lap. And there it is, the end of qualifying. So, I'll run through the field while Lee is just finishing off the points. Are you finishing them off?
Yeah, you carry on, mate, please.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, P1 we've got AMH Racing with a 2-minute 1.500. In P2 we've got Boy Raxa. P3 we've got RDF1 Adam Morris. P4 we've got Bruce Lee Harding, good qualifying session from here. In P5 we've got Bruce's nephew, JPH99. P6 we've got STDRS Gerino. In P7 we've got D Whitehouse. P8 we've got Coop. P9 is Cam123 Diz. He fell down in the later stages of that as people got second lap in. P10 is the Les. P11 is Jack TM53 Synopsis. Jack's not going to be too happy with that. That's going to be quite a battle in the race. P12 we've got Web User Johnny. P13 we've got Bob Mark 1. P14 we've got Shadow Stalker DBS. P15 we've got Fourfish. And in P15 with no lap set is GT5 Vaz. He's going to be another one to watch through the field, I believe. So,
yes, indeed.
Are we ready, Lee?
Yeah, I'm just posting it onto the web page, but that's fine. You can crack on, mate. I'll be 2 seconds.
If you're able to sort out the top 3 as soon as you can after this race, and we will get them in for a chat.
Indeed.
Okay, so let's go. We'll start with we'll sit on board of JPH99 because he's top middle of the pack, and it is lights out. Great start from some guys there midfield. Oh, someone's gone off. 2 cars have gone. 3 cars have gone off. We have lost Shadow Stalker DBS, who's missing his front wing. Bob Mark 1, who got caused up and out, and Web User Johnny, who's missing his front wing. Meanwhile, back at the beginning, we've got Boy Raxa in P1. P2 is AMH Racing. P3 we've got Adam Morris and Bruce Lee Harding. JVH99 is hot on his tail. Someone goes really wide there. We'll go on board and look at the slipstream from JBH. No, we won't. We'll do it from Bruce. So Bruce has got his DRS wide open. The top guys have late on the brakes from Bruce Lee Harding on the back of RDF on Adam Morris, and the car gets twitchy. He's going to go over the bump. That will give JVH the place. It will also give Coop the place. Dave Whitehouse has also gained up, but he's gone on the grass. With Jack TM53 Synopsis up to P8, so great start from him. Cam123 Diz is still in P9, following Jack TM53 Synopsis. GT5 Vaz has made a good start, but he's on the grass. He is dropped back to P11 now. Meanwhile, back to the front guys as someone's on, I think that's the Les, as we go through the long left-hander. It's like watching an F1 race. So at the front we've got Boy Raxa, who has gained a 1.5 second lead with 3/4 of a lap done. What a cracking start from Boy Raxa. P2 we've got AMH Racing, who's in a bit of no one's land. Got AMH RDF1 Adam Morris, and P3 is close to AMH. P4 is JPH99, he's loving that result at the moment. Coop in P5, Bruce Lee Harding in P6. Little gap back to P7, which is Cam. P8 is Cam, with Dave Whitehouse in P9. Cam's lost his front wing somewhere as they come into the bus stop. Cam gets hit by Dave Whitehouse. Cam's gone round. He's not going to be best pleased with that. The Les GT5 Vaz, Fourfish, Bob Mark 1, Web User Johnny, Shadow Stalker DBS, and STDRD. I can hear you typing in the background, Lee.
Yeah, okay, I've just posted them up, yeah, in the same post that I put the link up to, I just put the second round results in there. Listed the name and then took a point at the moment anyway, so...
We've got to move up the front here. Adam Morris on AMH Racing. AMH must have lost some time somewhere. RDF1 Adam Morris is all over the back of AMH Racing here. AMH Racing's gained a bit of time there on him going into the stander. Web user Johnny, STDRD. Project Cars cameras are working lovely. Over trying to keep up with Four Fish. Oh! Four Fish and Web user Johnny. Web user Johnny slams into the back of Four Fish. Four Fish has managed to get away with it. Meanwhile, back up the front. We've got Adam Morris here.
Yeah, he's taking down AMH at the moment. He's 3 seconds off before Raxon is in first place. Just to see if Adam's going to be able to catch up.
Indeed. Right, there's a little bit of a battle going back here. There's GT5 Vaz. We've got Four Fish and we've got STDRS.
Bit of a mouthful, wasn't it?
Yes, it's I'm just calling him STDRS. I think it's a pain to say.
I'd rather say Gerino. Let's use it.
Yeah, I keep reading it and my mind keeps going, no, just go with the STD. You know, someone has lost it in the background there. That's Dave Whitehouse.
Lost his front wing completely.
I don't know what's happening here. He's going really slow. Has he had contact with the Les? He's going... I don't know what's happened with...
They're both at the back of the field at the moment. Looks like he's apparently not been challenging again now.
He's going very slow in 5th. Anyway, meanwhile, back to the front. Nothing's really changed, to be honest. Got AMH Racing. Cam's moved up to P6 at least. So Cam's making his way through the field. The next car in front of him is Bruce Lee Harding. You've got Coupe 0407 quite closely behind, who goes to the grass. That's not going to help him with the traction. 9, 10, 11 are pretty close, which is STDRS, or Gerino, as I should say, according to Lee. We've also got Jack TM53 Synopsis in 8. Oh, Four Fish gets a nice slide on there. He gathers it back up. GT5 Vaz is going to make his way through. That also, they're going to go side by side into the long left-hander. GT5 Vaz get touched. He's rolled it. Oh. He's rolling.
Oh, I need to quit.
He's gone into the pits.
We're back up the field, so Jordan's up to 4th now. He's 4 seconds off of RDF1 Adam Morris. Further 3 seconds back from Brink with seconds before Raxon currently leading with a 4-second lead on lap 4.
So yeah, 2 laps to go. We've got Cam 1, 2, 3 Diz. There seems to be a lot of cars with the front wing missing for some reason. It seems like the old F1 days.
Yeah, I think maybe the drivers aren't happy and speeding on these cars, and there's been a fair bit of contact, so I think there might be a few disgruntled drivers out there for their outfit.
Yes, mate, yeah. That's true. So AMH Racing, closely followed by RDF1 Adam Morris. For some reason, Adam's drive looks like he's slumped to the left in his seat. I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, it does look like that. It's probably like playing games.
He seems tired. I thought this would be quite an interesting race.
Looks like he's half asleep, yeah.
Yeah.
Not an exciting race for him, this one.
Oh, another lap round Spa. Oh, yeah. No, so we've got Bruce Lee Harding in P6. He's quite close to Cam, who's moved up to P5. That's going to help him with his championship battle. However,
yeah, damage limitation with him currently joint leader with AMH at the moment, so he could do with trying to gain another couple of spots if he can, but he's 3. Oh, he's 3 seconds off of 4th, and then that's another 8 seconds then off of RDF Cup Morris. I don't think he's been pulling that back in the lap anymore.
No. The only close ones on track seem to be Bruce Lee Harding and Cam 123 Diz, which are P5 and 6. And we've also got Jack TM53 Synopsis wingless as well, close to STDRS. Go on, you want to say the last name? I know you do.
No.
You're not going to... Go on. STDRS underscore Gerino. Boom. Oh, a little light flash there from Adam Morris as he was close to AMH, but I just don't think he's close enough. I think AMH just has the edge in these cars. So we've still got Boy Raxa, who's going to come through. Let's have a go through. Eau Rouge on board the leader. Lovely line through there. Smooth as anything is Boy Raxa as he's driving down. Doing 173, 174, 175 before slamming on the brakes to the chicane in P2, 82 mile an hour into the fast right, slowly building up speed to 120 mile an hour, down to third, maybe second gear, long wait for the throttle, open it up into P3, into the flick left, use as much of the outside curb, bring it back on before the grass starts into the long left-hander, which I would think that would be one gear down maybe, or is he going to keep it in fifth? He keeps it in fifth.
Yeah.
And then into the less tight chicane, so you've got the right down to gear 4, into the left, keep it in 4th gear, get on the power into the right-hander, brake maybe down to 3rd, keeps it in 4th, he loves that 4th gear, going into the gradually increasing 4th, 5th, 6th gear. Surely this next corner's flat in these cars, I would have thought so.
Yeah,
absolutely pinned.
Yeah.
And then hard on the brakes into the bus stop. You have to be careful of those sausages on the inside. Someone is sat on the side of the track. I'm sure of it. So, Boy Raxa takes race number 3. So that's 2 wins for Boy Raxa. Second place is AMH Racing. He'll be happy with that, keeping his charge alive. P3 is RDF1 Adam Morris. It's the first time we've seen him up the front today. P4 is JPH99. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. P5, great recovery drive from Cam 123 Diz. P6 is Bruce Lee Harding. P7 is Coop. P8 is STDRS. Go on, Lee. Gerino. Closely followed by Jack TM53 Synopsis. P9, P10 is 4Fish. He's got his wings. He's one of the only cars with the wings. Credits to this man. Yeah. So 4Fish comes across the line for P10. P11 is web user Johnny. P12 is Bob Mark 1 as he comes hard braking into the bus stop, into the right, left, plant that car into P12. P13 is Shadow Stalker DBS. P14 is the Les. He will not be happy with that drive. He knows he's got more pace than that. And P15 is D Whitehouse. If you're able to get the points and get the top 3, Lee, and invite them over. So, P1 was Boy Raxa, who fastest lap was a 2-minute .161, very quick there. P2 was AMH Racing. P3 RDF1 Adam Morris. P4 JPH 99. P5 Cam 123 Diz. P6 Bruce Lee Harding. P7 Coop 0407. P8 STDRS Gerino. P9 is Jack TM53 Synopsis. P10 is 4Fish. P11 is web user Johnny. P12 is Bob Mark 1. P13 is Shadow Stalker DBS. P14 is the Les. P15 D Whitehouse. And bringing up the rear, who retired after 2 laps, is GT5 Vass.
Okay, I'm just going to invite the guys in now. You're going to be having in current standings, which I'll announce when they come in. But AMH, Boy Raxer and Candies, just about to invite them in for you now.
If you're also able to jump in, so yeah, we're just getting the top 3 in the championship at the minute into this party to have a little chat with them while we have a 5-minute break. Let the drivers recoup.
Good evening, Andrew, AMH Racing. I should wait till the other two to come and join us before I announce your current standings after the 3 rounds so far, as you can imagine. Yeah. Okay, and I was just hoping Cam was going to come in as well, but we'll just give him another minute. If not, we'll just talk to your good self, mate, because you are the current leader at the moment on 54 points.
Andrew, can you hear me? Andrew needs to unmute me, I think. Lee? Oh, there you go.
I don't think Borak's coming in a minute, he's had to go for a quick break, but I was saying, Matt, that as it stands at the moment, you top 3 is currently led by AMH, Andrew on 54, Borax is closely in behind him on 52, and your good self, unfortunate, not such a great result for you there at Spa, but you sat reasonably close behind on 48 at the moment.
Okay, cool.
I've got to say, Andrew and Matt, what have you two got in for each other today?
Probably not. Yeah, the Imola race was really difficult. When Boy Raxer spun, I was just thinking, don't make a mistake. And luckily I just held on, but it was difficult. Yeah. I thought I was into the, I'm not sure the name of the corner, but the chicane on the last lap. I thought you were going to have me there. Yeah, and I got a really bad exit. Yeah, that's good racing.
What do you guys think of the racing so far? Been interesting? Tracks, cars? Yep.
I was looking forward to the Spa race with the former Renaults, but I just couldn't. I was struggling with the cars. The steering felt a bit strange for some reason, but I was glad it quite got to plan. But I've enjoyed the races so far. Been good.
Yeah, I know you like the open wheels. Matt.
Yeah.
Obviously, I didn't know you were a wild card until yesterday, and
Yeah.
obviously we known these cars for over a week now. We were like,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, he might do quite well on that.
Yeah, I was hoping to do a bit better, but oh well.
What happened to your race 1, Benji? Obviously, we caught the end of you in the gravel.
Going through turn 1, so as you kind of going from the switch from left to right, I hit a bump or hit the curb wrong, and the car just runs through it. and then by the time I got onto the exit curve, we all started to spin, so I lost it.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Well, we saw the end of that, and then obviously the last two, I think you've been on a a bit of an anger drive.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There are 2 rounds left. Any ideas of any thoughts of what they might be? Modern. Yeah, Clio, well.
Clio would be good.
Do you say modern British track? Well, I wouldn't say British, but it's you know. No, I can't. It's not British. It's a British ally, shall we say? Actually, do you know what I'm going to do for everyone else while we're on this break? I'm going to choose the track for you guys now, so you can see it while we go live. So, there we go. So.
Have I seen a monster truck pop up?
So, I think this next one might be quite interesting, to be honest. And this is the Lee. Would you say this is a wild card?
Oh, most certainly is a wild card choice vehicle. Oh, for sure.
Oh, 100%. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get the lobby going back in 2 minutes. So it's been a pleasure speaking to you. We wish you all the best for the end. Matt, Andrew, keep up the good battling. Benji, after the mistake in round 1, give someone else a chance. Yeah, we'll speak to the winner at the end. We wish you all the best. See you later.
Good luck, guys. Good luck.
So we appreciate there might be a few mic issues there with people having low mics or not being heard. Lee, so
yes.
We've seen the track. Driven this track much? Like this track?
I do like Watkins Glen actually. It's been a keen favourite of mine on all formats that I've played on. Even more so again now as more recent times. It's really good. I think this short version is a cracker. It always creates close racing. However, I think this choice of vehicle is going to be interesting. Whether any of these guys have ever considered driving this vehicle, I'll be intrigued to know. I'm not going to ask them now. We haven't got time, but let's get it selected and let's get this going, mate.
Yeah. So what do you think of the car?
Well, nobody knows what it is yet. You haven't put it on.
No. What do you think of the car?
What do I think of it? Personally, not a choice of mine. I wouldn't own one in real life, and I'm not particularly bothered about racing on the game either. So it's going to certainly be interesting for the rest of them. Oh, and there it is. Yes, it's the boat that is the F-150 RTR pickup truck. Oh dear. Yeah, so I think the guys are going to find this, they're probably all screaming going, oh my god, that's really bad.
Yeah. Right, should we get this going?
Let's do this.
Right. So, Lee, guess what I'm going to ask you? You're good. You're very good.
Yes, well, as I understand it, my mic's pretty quiet, so I'm trying my best to speak up a bit and hopefully people can hear me a bit better. But yeah, I think the top 3. Well, the problem is picking a car like this. Nobody really races them. Let's be honest. I've never seen people driving them and racing them, so it's really going to be down to who can adapt the quickest to that car. Because I doubt any of these will drive them regularly at all. So it really can be a minefield. You know, who's going to adapt and be quick enough in it to be at the sharp end straight away. I mean, I think the boys at the front have shown that they're already very quick adapting to the cars that we've put them in already. So again, they're obviously favourites, but can anyone else further down the field, you know, pull someone out of their pocket and have a bit of a shock result? Let's hope so. We wouldn't mind it being mixed up a bit.
Yes. So here we go. Here we are. The Ford F-150s. They are race cars. They've got stickers on them. So
Doesn't make them a race car just because they got a sticker on.
they've also got funky green lights. Let's instantly get out with someone. Who should we go? Who do you want to go on board with, Lee? Anyone in particular?
Let's go on board with web user Johnny.
Let's go on board with web user Johnny. There he is. Let's go on the cockpit. Let's go on chase cam. So you'll see how much these roll and these move. These are not the fastest cars by any means. However, they are great fun. I've driven this track a few times in them, and this is why it came to my mind. Look at the body roll on this. As you go from the right to the left, it's a truck. They are rear-wheel drive.
You're not wrong on that statement. It's definitely a truck.
They are rear-wheel drive, so they're not four-wheel drive, so they are rear-end action, which I know some people do like. Quite a good little track because they're quite big curves. These things will just eat them, as we might see here. There we go. What curve? It will provide good racing because they're evenly paced, as they're all cars, they're all identical, and everyone is in the same boat. Literally.
yeah, I'm in the same boat. I like it.
So yeah, that's the lap with user Johnny as he goes into turn 1. Is it me, or has the? Let's have a look at the side window of the driver. I thought he had a headset on rather than a crash. No, he does have a crash helmet. It looked like he had a little headset on.
Well,
obviously, with regards to this, I'm not going to go too lenient on. Not going to go too strict on turn 1 in these. That doesn't mean people can take the mick, but these are very, very hard beasts to take. When you take that turn 1, naturally the car wants to go wide. Now imagine doing that in a car that just wants to roll. So there isn't much time gained, if any time gained, with going wide in turn 1. I've driven these and I've tried it, and you don't gain any time. This chicane, more than anything, as we see the black car in front doing a little bit of a drift, these will be so hard to drive. Look at the way the car leans as it's going around the long right hander there. AMH Racing going to come across the line here. He's one of the championship contenders. Jack posts the 128.8 and goes first in the minute. Let's see what AMH Racing does as he comes across the line. He goes to P6, 3.5 seconds off. Cam goes P1. Nice lap by Cam, 128.0. As he goes in turn 1 with the back end stepping out. Nice little bit of a drift car there. One minute 20, they should be able to get maybe another 2 laps in here, these mid guys. So we'll do a lap on board with the leader in a minute. Cam 123 Diz, who's about to come into the chicane, the right and then the left. The car naturally wants to drift here. As you can see, Cam going in sideways. Look at that, Lee. Oh, that's a bit of a cut there. He's going to go into the tyres. Again, damage is visual, so you will see the scuffs and things, but it does not affect the performance of the car. At least he cancelled on that lap because he went a bit wide there. We've got the Les in P3. Nice lap by the Les there, only half a second off P1. You've got Coupe in P5 in the silver and red truck, is it, I believe? It is the silver and red truck. Oh no, it's a blue truck, blue American.
Oh yeah.
American muscle, baby. So yeah, someone goes very wide in the background as Cam comes across the line. AMH Racing goes first with 126.7.
Yeah, a lot quicker than the rest of them.
He's down the inside. I think he's got help with that toe. Whoever he's following there, RDF1 Adam Morris goes P2, GT5 Vaz goes P3, the Les in P4, Cam P5, Jack TM53 Synopsis P6, Boy Raxon P7, Brucey Harden P8, and Cooper P9. So this should be the last lap as they come around here. We've spent on board with AMH in the slipstream. Let's see what he's like around this chicane. Let's see how many slides we get on here. Nice line, keeping it very steady there, AMH. A little bit of oversteer on the mid part. He's going down the inside.
Battling more qualifying is always not a really a good thing, but they're all desperate to try and get a better time, so...
Yep, and if you think this is qualifying and they're like this, imagine what the race is going to bring.
Well, let's hope it's this entertaining. We'll have more.
I think it will be. So, as we come around the penultimate corner, you can see, look at the suspension moving on the car as he's coming around the corners. Really working, he brakes on the grass, so that's not going to help him. He's going to go run wide. He might not improve on this lap as the car behind him's got dragged alongside. AMH Racing, I don't think it's going to improve. No, he doesn't. Dave Whitehouse goes up into P3. What a lap from Dave. What a lap. It's great to see him up the front end as he gets bumped down. AMH Racing still P1. The Les is in P2. Great lap by him. RDF1 Adam Morris goes P1. Last car. Look at them times. So
massive changes there.
You have got the top 8 all just outside of a second. You have got all the way up to P12 within 2 seconds. So we're running through the field. In first place we've got Adam Morris. RDF1 Adam Morris has his first pole of the night. Hopefully he's starting to kick the night off with a bang now. Second place we've got one of the top 3. We've got AMH Racing. Third place we've got the Les. P4 we've got another top 3, which is Cam 123 Diz. P5 we've got DY House, great qualifying by him. P6 we've got GT5 Vaz. P7 we've got Bruce Lee Harding. P8 we've got Jack TM53 Synopsis. P9 we've got JBH99. P10 we've got Boy Raxa. He's won the last 2. Who's in the top 3? That is not a good qualifying by him. He is going to be annoyed. P11 we've got Coop. P12 we've got web user Johnny. P13 we've got STDRS. P14 we've got Bob Mark 1. P15 we've got 4Fish. P16 we've got Shadow Stalker DBS. Lee, I've got to ask you a very serious question, mate.
Go on.
Are you ready?
Yeah, I think so. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Hope that it's a good entertaining race.
Let's go round with GT5 Vaz. Look at them. Look at them. Look at the body roll. Lights out and away we go.
They're crazy machines. It's a good start from AMH.
They're 3 wide in the back. I don't know how they're doing this, but they are. As we go through, AMH gets a good start. There's a bit of bumper to bumper. We expect that in these. Bruce Lee Harding, Jack Tim, what better boy runs. Someone goes really wide. The camera's not keeping up as Project Cars Units does. So Boy Rax is always up to P9 already. Someone's into the wall down the back there. It is it's Cop. It's Coop.
Well, Coop's getting it started again.
As we come up into the chicane, here we go from P3, RDF1 Adam Morris. Look at the top 4, all within one truck length. Adam Morris has got... Oh, there's bumper to bumper there with Cam. Cam's car wobbles. P4, the Les is drifting it. He's kept it on. There we go, there's the Les. There we go, side by side, 2 by 2 they go. Hurrah, hurrah. So, RDF1 Adam Morris. We've got Boy Raxer and P8. He's making his way up. He's gained another position past Jack TM53 Synopsis as we come barreling down the straight in a line. They're leaning on each other. That's the Les. Is that the Les? I think that was the Les.
Yeah, down to 6 from obviously where he started back up in 2nd or 3rd, wherever it was.
He has just whacked GT5 Vaz. Vaz is not happy about that and he's leaning on him again. This is giving Bruce Lee Harding and Boy Raxer a run. Bruce Lee Harding is in this middle of this fight as we go into turn 1. Look at the movement on the black car on the right. They're battling it out. I think he's free. Is Bruce got past him? No, GT5 Vaz is still there. We'll go on board with Boy Raxer as he watches us ahead as they go up the hill. They're going 2 by 2. There's 2 blue cars ahead. Oh, hit on the wall there for Bruce. As we stick in this gear. Yep, it's giving AMH Racing a lovely lead. There we go,
yeah,
look at them all.
Champions on. He's on for the scamper as best he can.
The thing is that there's just not much room in these cars, so you do have a little bit of side to side. They're quite easily controlled as we go through here. So, Dave Whitehouse gets a little bit of a drift on in front. Who's that? Who's that sneaking up? What user Johnny taking the most optimum line? Back up to this battle for second, and then you've got RDF1 Adam Morris. You've got Cam also in there who's trying to keep on with AMH. RDF1 Adam Morris is trying to defend his position. You've got the Les who's doing a great battle, a great race this one. He was right out to the wall as they come barreling through. These are also
more entertaining than I thought they would be, to be honest.
They're great cars. This has also got Slipstream written all over it. The Les goes down the inside, he drifts it in front of Cam. I'm coming through. You can say no, but you're gonna have to shove me out the way. That leaves a door open. That leaves a door open for Dave Whitehouse and Boy Raxer all the way up to P4. P5.
Yeah.
Battling for P4.
He's on a mission, obviously, after starting so far down the grid. He needs to recover as best he can. Currently sat in second place, 2 points behind the leader, who's obviously shot off like a rat in the drain pipe. So he's on a mission to try and catch back up.
Here we go. 2 by 2 into the chicane. This isn't going to work, surely. Surely there's going to be a bit. The Les has covered the inside. Has he covered it enough so Boy Raxer doesn't get down there? Boy Raxer's hitting the brakes, as you can see by the truck rolling back and forth. Rockabye baby. Side by side down there. We've also going to have a look at the battle further back. Got GT5 Vaz. You've got ST Bob Mark 1 there with STD JPH99. You've also got STDRS Dorino and Shadowstalker DBS. You've also Jack TM53 Synopsis and Full Fish battling. Jack TM53 Synopsis has got quite a bit of damage in the front of his trucklet. As you see it coming through with no lights on. Front end of the truck is smashed to bits. He's obviously had an off somewhere. As we go back to this little battle for P4. So you've got AMH Racing in the lead nicely with Adam Morris in second. Third is Dave Whitehouse, great drive by him. Fourth, battle for fourth is a 5-car train. Boy Raxer, oh! Web user Johnny is... I don't know what's happened to Web user Johnny. The cars... That's going to the scrapyard after this.
Yeah, there seemed to be a big contact, but they both managed to stay on and keep going. I don't know whether there was a bit of a glitch on the stream there or not. But,
you got Bob Mark 1 coming through with his slightly dented truck. There's Web user Johnny's half truck. As we go into the chicane again, Boy Raxer's on the edge, and Cam 123 Diz drifting it in the background. He's going to try and make a place up. Nice switch. You stayed on the curb. That's fine. So he's gone round. Someone's gone. Who's that? Dave Whitehouse dropped down from P3 down to P7. Dave Whitehouse has made a mistake in the chicane. So that gives Boy Raxer third. So we have got AMH Racing in first with RDF1 Adam Morris only 8 tenths behind. We've got Boy Raxer 3 seconds further back, and then we've got the great battle as web user Johnny leans on Cam. Cam is not going to give in that far. Cam's let that one go, I think. Web user Johnny, I think, is having a bit of lag issues there. He seems to be jumping around a little bit. As web user Johnny.
Cam's trying to do hardest to build back up, obviously trying to keep within the close points to AMH and Boy Raxer. It's a good battle going on at the moment. Wow, that's wide.
Dave Whitehouse needs to calm it down a little bit. It is the last lap, but driving like that is not going to give you any points towards the stewards. As RDF1 is still trying to chase down AMH Racing. This is the battle for P4, P3 in fact, as they all come barreling it round in the slipstream. Cam 123 Diz is on the grass, where he has got a 4x4. Cam's got it. Is he late on the brakes as you see it roll? GT5 Vaz is also... Who's that went off? Is that Adam Morris? Adam Morris has gone off. He's down to P7.
Yeah,
just in the background. So we've got Boy Raxer in P2. with Cam 123 Diz in P3. So it's the top 3 have managed to make it the top 3.
That's amazing, considering how well they were split up at the start of the race. It's all come together for them.
I mean, Cam 123 Diz is on the charge. As we come towards the line, Cam's all over the back. Oh, someone's going to go. That's where using Johnny with his latency issue, I think. Oh, Benji's been hit into the wall. Benji's been hit by Cam. The bombs go everywhere.
It's going crazy.
It's going. I don't know what to say. There's cars going off everywhere. There's cars everywhere as they come across the line. There's the lasers.
Ended up with second after all that commotion.
Jack TM 53 Synopsis, STDRS Juniors, Shadowstorm DBS. There's 4 fish. Coop is going through. And they are just wrecking. And Bruce Lee Hardin in P16. Wow. Lee.
Yeah.
What happened?
Wow, blimey, that was just absolute chaos coming over the line there. Absolutely crazy. I need to just get my results taken while I'm here, so bear with me a second. I don't know what to say. What was going on at the end there? That was just mad. I've never seen hectic finish to a race.
No, that's what I like about the trucks. Anyway, let's go through the finishing order. In first place, we've got AMH Racing, which is surely, unless something drastic happens, is giving him a great lead going into this final round because the others had that incident across the line. P2, which we didn't expect would be there, but he did after all the commotion. GT5 Vaz. Dave Whitehouse in P3 after the incident. P4 is Boy Raxa, P5 is web user Johnny, P6 is Cam123 Diz, P7 is RDF1 Adam Morris after being second for most of the race. 8th place is JPH99, 9th is Bob Mark 1, 10th is the Les, 11th is Jack TM53 Synopsis, 12th is STDRS Durinio, 13th is Shadowstalker DBS, 14 is 4Fish, all the 4s, 14 4Fish, and 15th is Coop, 16th is Bruce Lee Harding. So, Lee.
Yes.
Guess what?
It's the final race, Jamie.
It is the final race.
Final race, and I'm just working out the points, so don't rush on ahead just too quick just yet, while I just finalise these last few positions.
Shall I do the track?
Yes, you do that slowly, and I should just finish off putting these in.
I'm going to increase this one to 8 laps. Just because of the cars, Lee.
Okay.
Do you want to have a little word about the cars without saying what they are? Do you want to see if we can, you know, play with the viewers?
To be honest, I think they just want to know what's going on. They don't. I think they've had enough games for now. After the end of that race, they're probably all just thinking, "What the hell's just gone on?"
Are we ready to release the cars?
Yeah, I'm just about done, so I can have this up shortly, and I'll be able to call it out while they're just starting their qualifying, so that's fine.
So, it's the P30 LMP1s.
Hang on, before you start, Jamie, I need to just go in and let them know where the standings are. They don't actually know, do they?
So, it's the P30 LMP1s, which is our Project Cars' own prototype. Quick cars, great cars, provide good racing. I think this one might be a bit spread out than the last, just purely because of the speed aspect. However, it'd be great to see some LMP1s go around Nürburgring GP. At the moment, everyone is in green cars.
Okay, just for the viewers, and a quick rundown. The top 3 standings. AMH currently has a 10-point lead with 75 over Boy Raxa on 65, Cam Diz on 59. That's the top 3. The rest then RDF1 Adam Morris 42.
while they are loading in, we've got all green cars. I'm waiting for Lee to come back, and I'll get him to go in the room and tell him to change liveries if they can, because otherwise this is going to be nigh on impossible to detect the difference in the cars. So yes, we head into the final round. This is make or break. As you said, our AMH Racing's got a nice lead at the minute, but it should be quite interesting to see what the outcome of this race of winners season 16 will be. AMH is the defending champion. Boy Raxer has won it multiple times. Jack Synopsis, Jack TM53 Synopsis won it on a pad. Yesterday on the wheel. He's not had the best race of winners today. However, we are just waiting for Lee to get going once he sorts it out.
Okay,
Lee,
Jamie, everyone's good to go.
are you able to jump in there, sorry mate, and tell him to change liveries up a little bit, because we are going to find it impossibly hard to commentate.
2 seconds.
Just a few technical issues there while people are all in the green livery. I think there are more liveries to this. There are multiple. There are 20. GT5 Vaz has changed. Jack TM53 Synopsis has changed.
Right, they're all just currently changing and laughing at us at the same time.
Why are they laughing at us, Lee?
Well, because one, certainly you've done a much better job than me, but I've struggled like hell, and they just think it's funny giving us all the same colour car and just laughing, you know, at the fact we've got to try and deal with it. So, you know what drivers are like. They're interesting animals, all of us, all of them, all of you.
All of you.
Right, I think that'll do, Jamie. Let's get this final show on the road. The points were slightly amended because they told me they went across the line in a slightly different order after Andrew. So he's actually got an 11-point lead running into this last race. So obviously odds-on favourite unless he's to have a complete howler and not finish. I thought this is looking pretty good for him. He just needs, I think, a top 10 finish, and he'll be securing consecutive race of winners victories.
Back-to-back race of winners.
It's been done before by Boy Raxer, so he'll be joining the history books. I'm not sure if anyone else has to this point. I know Boy Raxer certainly has.
Yes, I believe Boy Raxer was the one. Did he get 4 in a row? 3 in a row?
It was definitely 3. It may well have been 4. Very impressive. So that's a record to chase for maybe Andrew if he sticks with it.
So as we load into the Nürburgring GP in his P30 LMP1s, this should be quite an interesting one. Great cockpits on these, proper prototype car. Not much view out of them, but should be an interesting race. I think there'll be a few incidents in these because these are very fast cars. They're quite a determined drive.
Yeah, personally it's not a car that I've driven very often. I have been out, you know, jumped in them now and again. I like to stay at the tip tops, but these things are wicked to drive. Extremely high downforce, very powerful, very quick, and yeah, so they can be fun if you get yourself in the zone a little bit with them. So it should be interesting.
Yes.
Who's your money on then this race? So I appreciate obviously the championship money's on, but
Whoa.
are you thinking about marking any upsets or?
Whoa, Lee. Whoa. Let's not change things here. Lee, the all important question, mate, who's your money on?
Thanks. You just I'll pass the ball over to your side of the court. You just smash it right back.
Yeah. Return serve, my friend, return serve.
Well, do you know what? I fancy Cam for this, because from my knowledge, from when he's been in, I've been in races with him, and it's been in a quicker car. He's been pretty good in the quicker cars. So I don't know. I've got a feeling Cam might do well here. Also, someone else from knowledge and experience, seeing what they've done in the past and racing with us. I quite fancy Jack, and he'll be absolutely gutted with his results tonight. So he may well be on a mission for this last race and see if he can, get himself a little bit of bragging rights for the final race.
Yeah, Jack's not had the best rounds, unfortunately, as someone is snaking in the background there. As Jack exits turn 1, going into turn 2 in the GP track here. Look at the amount of speed these things can hold as he goes wide. They are insane, I think the best way of putting them is. I mean, you look at the concentration the drivers got having this cockpit as they accelerate to 160 mile an hour in 5th gear without any sweat, and take the left, then the fast right, down into 2nd gear, 60 mile an hour, and accelerate down to the hairpin. Instantly from 60 mile an hour doing 140, we're not even halfway down the straight yet, 160, 170 on the brakes, down to a 2nd gear corner, 70 mile an hour, and accelerate back up into the fast left and right, which is 140, 150, lift off the brakes down to 130, lift off the accelerator down to 130, 140, 150, into the left-hander, which you can take the inside on. Might have compromised them a little bit taking that much. Into the long sweeping right that you've got to be careful of the gravel that Jack unfortunately goes into. To 150 mile an hour into the flat out left right kink, into 160 mile an hour braking hard into this left right bus stop style chicane. Over the inside curbs, bouncing over the sausages, accelerate onto the final turn, which is a long sweeping right. You want to get it tight on the inside and accelerate hard on the exit, as he's done now. I think Jack's having a bit of lag issues by the look of this lap. It seems a bit all over the place. And then there we go, to 176 mile an hour before braking.
Yeah. So far we've got to bring the names up because we're struggling already. FDRS Gerino was in pole, but he's just dropped down to 3rd now as Adam Morris comes in with a 137.240. JPH coming in with a 138.0.8 behind. That's a good lap for him there. As I said, STD's in 3rd at the moment, 0.9 off of the leader. Cam's put it in 4th spot at the moment, 0.9 behind. Coop 1.3 behind with a 138.6. The Les at 138.8. Bruce Lee Harnett 138.9. Jack's 139.0 is putting down at 8th at the moment. Not a great lap for Boy Rancher at this point in time with a 139.0. It's 1.8 off the pole. Surprisingly, AMH down in 10th at the moment. You can't improve on that. That's going to make this last race very interesting. Then behind AMH, you've got Dave Whitehouse with a 114.1. We have 4Fish then on a 143.0. Somehow I think he's not put a lap in there, 5.7 behind. As per the rest, web user Johnny Bob, Shadowstalker and GT5 are all quite a few seconds off, suggesting that they haven't actually managed to get themselves a lap in.
So we've got JPH99 who's in P2 and STDRS in the pits at the moment, along with Dave Whitehouse and Bob Mark 1. They won't be participating anymore qualifying. So we've got RDF1 Adam Morris coming out the chicane into the final corner. He's currently on pole. Will he improve? Will he gain that gap? Will he increase it? Great line out of that final turn as he goes across the line. I don't think he does he?
No, he didn't improve, but Bruce Lee Harding has just slapped in a lovely time and got himself up into 2nd there with a 137.7. It's a great lap from him.
Coop goes into 3rd. A great drive by him. Boy Rexes has increased to 5th. Cam 123 Stiz in P7. That's not great. AMH Racing goes down. It's AMH Racing comes across the line. I don't think he improved. Does he? He hasn't improved. He's in P11.
He hasn't improved. P11. Well, Cam's in. As it stands, it's really Boy Raxa that's his main threat. Albeit 11 points behind. But the pair he was in 5th at the moment. So it's going to be an interesting race to see the guys at the top and see how they fare and battle it out, and what happens. Could be very, very interesting for the championship now.
It could. So going into the, on the final qualifying and the final race of season 16 race of winners, the guy who takes pole is RDF1 Adam Morris. Great drive by him. Just under half a second to Bruce Lee Hardin. It's good to see him up here tonight. P3 is Coop. First time we've seen him up at the top as well. P4 is JPH99. Let's hope he gets off to end the night on a good one. Fifth is one of the title contenders. Is Boy Raxa. He's done it before. He knows what it takes. In P6 we've got STDRS. In P7 we've got Cam123 Diz, who is also up at the top there. He's got a bit of a fight ahead of him. P8 is the Les. P9 is Jack TM53 Synopsis. P10 is Fourfish. P11 we have current championship leader AMH Racing. Will a pressure get on top of him, be involved in incidents? We do not know. P12 we've got Dave Whitehouse. P13 we've got web user Johnny. P14 Bob Mark 1. P15 Shadow Stalker DBS. And P16 GT5 As. So, are we ready, Lee, for the final to crown season 16 Race of Winners champion?
Yeah, this is really interesting seeing the current qualifying positions here. Let's get this on and see what happens.
Here we go. The map, the speedo's up. Let's start this race. Shall we start it with the championship leader, AMH Racing? 3 lights and we are go for the final round. Poor start from AMH Racing. He got hit from behind.
I think there was a bit of lag there.
Oh, there is absolute bedlam. There is cars everywhere. There is cars everywhere. We will. I don't know who's been involved in that. We will wait for the times to update. AMH Racing goes wide. So we've got RDF1 Adam Morris there. Bruce Lee Hardin P2. Boy Raxa P3. He's gone up to P3. P2 now. He's battling for Bruce Lee Hardin. What a move. Bruce Lee goes P4 is Cam123 Diz, another championship. P5 is the Les. P6 Jack TM53 Synopsis. He didn't get caught up. P7 is JPH99. P8 is AMH Racing. P9 is web user Johnny right on the rear of AMH Racing as AMH Racing goes slightly wide. P10 we've got Bob Mark 1. He got through that. D Whitehouse seems to be involved in that crash because he is missing his front nose cone. P12 GT5 Vaz, who's at the back of the pack. He's got a little bit of damage but nothing too major. P13 we've got Coop, who is missing his rear wing, and P14 I don't know what we've got on P14, but it's Fourfish.
I think that's 4 wheels and a cockpit.
We are missing 2 drivers though, Lee. I presume from that, I think one is, I don't know, no,
I'm just trying to work out who it is.
STD and STDRS.
And STDRS, yeah. So at the moment, the movers and shakers, AMH moved up, started at 11th, currently up to 8th. Boy Raxa up to 4th, and Cam is in 3rd. So the title contenders moving up the grid after this first lap.
Indeed, as we go down the main straight, there's a move going on ahead. I think that is Bruce Lee Hardin and Cam123 Diz. Cam is on a fire here. Oh, is that RDF1 Adam Morris? RDF1 Adam Morris has spun it from the lead. So that gives Bruce and Cam P1 and P2. So this is helping Cam. We've got Boy Raxa in P3. The Les in P4. Jack TM53 Synopsis in P5. P6 is battling with JPH99. And RDF1 Adam Morris. There's a good little battle going on here for P5, 6 and 7. As RDF1 Adam Morris is trying to defend it off. He has got the pace. He did take pole. We've got JPH99 in P7. P8, we've got AMH Racing. He is going to be in a party with Adam, and he is going to be telling him, hold them up for me. I know what he's like, and he will be. He will be screaming at them. Let's go back to the main field. So we've got Cam right on the back of Bruce Lee Hardin. It's great to see Bruce out in the front of this race.
Yeah, I concur with that comment. He's got the talent and skills. He showed. I'm not sure if you can hear me actually.
Yeah, I can.
Apologies, sorry, it was telling me my mic was muted. Yeah, he hasn't had much of a good time in the race of winners so far, so he certainly deserves to do well in this final race.
I thought Cam had spotted then. Apologies for interrupting you there, Lee.
Yeah, it was close. I thought something was happening.
There's a nice little battle going on. Cooper's gone as well. Cooper's left the session. There is a car.
Who's that upside down?
That's Cam 123 Diz. Cam 123's. He's just been rammed. Webby and Johnny has straightened him up. Cam 123 Diz is falling down the field. He's ended on his roof. That must have been something to do with Bruce. It's surely got to be something to do with Bruce. They were so close together. He is falling down the field. I can't work out what these cars are like with no bodywork on. They look really weird. But it's, I can't. It just makes me laugh. Look. Anyway,
they do look odd. However, because we've got the damage off, it's visual only. They'll still have the same performance as if it was on, but it looks odd for us and the viewers.
Yes, so going back up to the front, Bruce Lee Harding has now got a 3.8 second lead. Come on, Bruce, we know you can do this, mate. You deserve a good result after this race. The Les in P2, great drive by him. Jack TM53, one of your favourites, Lee, is made it massively up the field. Boy Rax in P4, chased on by RDF1 Adam Morris in P5. P6 is JPH with AMH right behind him. Oh, JPH spins. JPH has gone into the wall. He's gone in hard. He managed to get that point in the right way. I don't know how he did, but he did. Cam 123 Diz is down in P11. He is coming up to that fast left right. He's spun it again. He's gone hard into the wall. Unfortunately, I think this could be the end of his championship. This could be the end of his race of winners fight. He's spun again.
I think you're right. He was too far behind and he needed to be winning the race really for maximum points. So that's definitely a goodbye to the championship for him for this.
That's such a shame.
The key thing now is whether Boy Rax can finish more than 11 points or more ahead of AMH Racing.
Well, AMH Racing's in P6.
Yeah, they're only 2 places apart. To be fair, AMH was lucky there behind GPH, because when he lost it, he didn't have, as he came through, it was the final touch, I think, on the back of GPH, but he didn't have any choice because he was out of control and spinning. Oh, Jack's had a spin. Jack
has gone from P3, so that moves Boy Raxer up to P3, with AMH up to P5, and RDF1 Adam Morris up to P4. Let's have a look at the little battle. Who was that? The Les
going catching the curve and going wide.
So we've got the Les there with Boy Raxer in P3, RDF1 Adam Morris, and then AMH. This is where the battle is at the moment. P2, 3, 4 and 5. We've got Dave Whitehouse trying to come back through the field with all the damage, but I've just got to bring up the leader because we haven't seen much of him. He's got a 6-second lead to everyone else. Driving the lines, driving it smooth.
Yeah, he's kept his nose clean and just got out the front, got his head down, and he's putting the laps in now. There's no reason why, as long as he can keep his concentration, not throw anything away, he should have an easy victory here.
Indeed, he should. So let's go back to this little battle. There we are, Les, Boy Raxer, RDF1, AMH. Do you think they're going to hold stalemate, or do you think AMH is going to make a move past Adam? Do you think Benji is going to try and get past Les?
Well, there's less than a second between them, just over a second between the 4 cars, so I think this is going to go down to the wire and those places aren't going to stay as they are.
We've also got Jack TM53 Synopsis with D Whitehouse as they're in tow. Will Jack try and move around the outside? He's later on the brakes. This is where he spun it last lap. He's going for a tight in. He couldn't get the power down because obviously that's such a drop on the inside of that turn in these cars with no suspension. Also, we have got GT5 Vaz who's closing in with his damage. We've got 4 Fish coming through. Cam 123 Diz who is overtaking Bob Mark 1 for P12. Unfortunately, I don't see Cam making the places. As much as I'd love him to, he just doesn't seem to be making the places quick enough. I think there's a bit of spacing out going on here. We've got the Les, who's pulled a bit of a gap from Boy Raxer. And then he's just got AMH just making a move there on RDF1 and Adam Morris. I think that might have been a bit of a party chat going on there. I'm not sure. I just... we'll see how hard Adam Morris fights back to AMH. I would love to see if he does, because he's right within the tow distance. There we go, hard into brakes to the bus stop chicane. Adam Morris is battling him back.
He's gone on the outside.
Andrew did take a bit of a cut at that chicane though, so I don't know whether he just yielded off a little bit. As we go into here, let's go on board with RDF on Adam Morris. He goes late to the brake, side by side.
Good racing. Give each other room.
We'll let Andrew try the switchback. Yes, he does. AMH Racing tries the switchback, but RDF on Adam Morris just seems to have better brakes. He seems to have more confidence in the car. So, and another switchback. He holds it there, but every time he's doing a switchback, RDF on Adam Morris is wise to have the inside of the next corner.
Great racing.
Great racing. There we go, going down into the hairpin.
Closest battle on track at the moment, these pair.
Indeed, and it's the current leader in the championship. As RDF1 Adam Morris was close to AMH's rear end. That would have been fireworks if they had spun. We've got a few battles going on further back, or further forward. We've got Boy Raction and Les, who are just ahead. You can see the next two cars up the road. AMH Racing goes a bit wide there. That's going to give RDF1 Adam Morris to run. RDF1 Adam Morris does the switchback, what AMH's been doing. AMH gets the gravel, which gives RDF1 Adam Morris the run into the hairpin. I dread to think what these cars like over that chicane, to be honest.
Very stiff, bumpy, I think.
The speed of these cars, I mean, look at AMH's speed. 181, touching 182 before slamming on the brakes.
Good brakes, these cars, though. They bring it down very quickly, the speed.
Almost as good as a Vauxhall Corsa. Anyway, let's... This is the only battle really on track. We'll just run through the order quickly. We've got Bruce Lee Harding, who is losing the lead. He hasn't lost that much, but he is slowly getting caught by the Les, who is driving phenomenally. Just over a second behind, or under a second, we've got Boy Raxa. P4, we've just seen this battle from RDF on Adam Morris and AMH Racing, who is currently leading championship and will take 2 seasons in a row the champion. We've got JPH99 on P6 with not much damage. P7, we've got a frontless DY House 7. P8, we've got Jack TM53 Synopsis, who has not had a great night. I'm sure he'll be disappointed. However, the cars have just not been to his liking this evening. P9, we've got GT5 Vaz, which is lapping quite consistently. P10, we've got web user Johnny, the helped right cam. P11, we've got 4Fish. And P12, who keeps falling down the field. Yeah, I keep seeing him gain places, and then look.
Yeah, it looks like, I think, wondering maybe actually if this downforce because the rear wing is gone. It's not going well for him.
The damage is only on visual, so it won't affect the car.
In which case, he's maybe just not driving so well. I think that was a clear loss of the rear end round that corner then when he went on. So.
I think he potentially might have burnt the tyres out and overdriving it. That it's because remember, tyre wear is authentic. So I'm thinking if he's spun it too much and he's pushing the car a bit too hard, that it's just causing the car to be a bit undrivable as he straight lines the chicane there. He needs to be careful of that. He's not driving as well as he has done tonight.
No, I think you're right. I think he's burnt the tyres out. Looks like AMH and RDF1 are still all over each other at the moment. Looking at the tyres.
Yeah, RDF1 Adam Morris has still got the position over AMH Racing. I'm sure AMH is telling him, move, please. That's what he's saying. Move, please. As you can see him weaving there, just to show him in each mirror.
I'm sure it's exactly the politeness that you're saying, Jamie.
100% it would be. I mean, we are past the watershed. I could say exactly what it is, but we are live. But I'm pretty certain it is Adam. Please, may you move out my way.
I'll give you a cookie if you do.
Exactly. Oh, Adam Morris. Oh. Lean, mean,
Managed to
drift
go
machine.
right in front of him.
Bruce Lee Harden takes the win at the final round. Congratulations to him. Second place is the Les. Third place is Boy Raxa. Fourth place is RDF1 Adam Morris. And we have the season 16 Racer winner champion, AMH Racing, for the second year in a row. JPH99 flips the car across the line. P7 is Jack TM53 Synopsis. P8 is Dave Whitehouse 7. P9 is GT5 Vaz. P6 is web user Johnny, who righted Cam. What a gentle sir. P11 is Four Fish in his lightened LMP1. And we have just got commiserations for Cam123 Diz. I personally feel to blame here because I chose the car and track.
Well, I appreciate your honesty, and I'm glad that you've admitted there was nothing to do with me. Thank you. But no, it's not your fault. That car is a challenging one to drive. We put it in the hands of these drivers because they warrant showing us their skills. If it wasn't to be, it wasn't to be. That's unfortunate, but it's a massive congratulations to AMH on taking consecutive back-to-back victories for this season 16 Race of Winners Championship.
100%. Do you want to get him into the party?
Indeed, I shall. Bear with me 1 second. Should be with us shortly. I've sent the invite across, so just
Andrew, can you quickly, before we talk, can you make sure your mic is on shared, please? Because people said... Well...
I'll make sure. Just give me 2 seconds.
That's fine.
Yep.
So, congratulations, mate.
Thank you.
Two in a row.
I've never been more relieved for 5th place in my entire life.
We were watching that last race after your qualifying, and the bedlam that went off at the start.
Mate, how I got through that, I will never know. You know, in cars, there's Lightning McQueen going through the middle of, like, a pack of cars.
Yeah.
Coming out, and I was like, oh, there's cars to the right, there's cars to the left. Ooh, straight down the middle. Thank God for that.
We, yeah, no, we were keeping close tabs on you. You had 11-point lead, obviously, going into it. Obviously, I thought Benji might have done one of his infamous Benji drives, shall we say.
And that's what I was expecting, to be honest. And when I put it P10 in qualifying, I was like, well, that's I've got work to do now.
I'm surprised Adam didn't make it easy for you. I thought you would be in the party, shouting at him, screaming at him, and he, you know. But Adam didn't make your life easy either, did he?
Not in the slightest. Yeah, I was kind of happy he didn't roll over, but the stress of going through Sector 1 side by side the whole way, yeah, I didn't like that. That
We watched that.
I was just like, surely he's going to back out of it. Oh, no, there he is. He's still there.
Well, you join the multiple race of winners. So, you know, the likes of Benji and things. That's 2. You got a few more to go. Do you think, is that your target?
I mean, if you're in it to win it, aren't you? As a racing driver, if you're in the race, you want to win it. I mean, I kind of feel lucky because Benji had some awful luck there. I mean, the incident with Cam at Watkins, I don't know what happened there, but and then Imola. I mean, you know yourself, you've raced him countless times. How many times did he make a mistake off his own bike?
Yeah.
Never. You never ever see him go off on his own condition. That, I mean, I audibly gasped when I saw the car spin. I was like, no, that's not Benji in that car. No way. He is that good at keeping a car
consistent.
on the edge, but consistently, and it's unreal. He's just had horrible luck, and then I can't remember, there was something else, maybe in qualifying for one of the things he got blocked, and it was just like, I tried my best to stay out of trouble, and for the most part it worked. I want to say sorry to Jordan as well. He came across the track and I didn't know where to go, and I hit him up the back, which is why he spun. I don't know whether he caught that or not.
No, we didn't catch that. We caught the Cam incident in that last round, who was also one of your rivals. He was on his roof in the last turn, and
oh, was that Cam? Yeah, I came across that and nearly wiped into that car because I had that much mistake.
yeah.
That's a shame. It's always good to race Cam. He's always pleased.
Yeah, no, you had great battles all night with some good drivers, as you all are in here. The pickup truck race, the Fords looked epic and looked like great fun. Everyone all bunched together.
Yeah,
but
I was quite happy to be out front of that, to be honest. I didn't know it. Based on the qualifying, I thought me and Adam had been closer, and I think he was battling with someone else and dropped back at the start. But he was hounding me down, and I was thinking, if you take this away, I'm going to cry, because this is going to be my only win of the night. Which obviously turned out to be. So
yeah.
I was grateful for the cushion I had at the start.
No, from what we've seen, no, it was good racing, mate, and from myself and everyone here and everyone watching, I'm sure it's a congratulations and a well-deserved double race of winners winner. yeah. Anyway, mate.
Yeah, congratulations, Andrew.
Cheers, Lee.
We'll let you go.
Thank you.
Hi, mate. Speak to you in a bit.
Right. Thanks, guys.
Alright, see you later.
Yeah, well done, Andrew. Nice one.
Cheers,
I think
Lee.
someone. Apologies, someone's mic there's a bit crackly. Just like to thank everybody for watching. Apologies for the poor quality of broadcasting and commentary. Me and Jamie are new to this, and it's been a baptism of fire for myself, and I feel a little bit embarrassed by the whole thing, but we can only get better. Hey, Jamie.
Yes, we can. No, thank you for being here as well, Lee. We've had a laugh. It was a great race. At least there was 3 all the way up to the end, and on to season 17 and see if Andrew can defend his title.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I would have thought he's got a very good opportunity. He seems to be a pretty talented driver and improving all the time. So we will more than likely see him in the next Race of Winners final, trying to get his hack trick of victories, as has Benji in the past.
Just remember, everyone, we'd just like to say at the end of this, for all the events, go on to Nxtgen Racing and look under the events section at the top of the page, and we have everything in there. Obviously, we are now across multiple platforms, but PS4 have a lot of leagues and some new leagues and some great interesting leagues coming. So check out the events page and everything's on there. But Lee, I'd like to thank you for tonight, and if there's anything else you'd like to say, I'll end the stream now.
No, I think you've covered everything.
Yep, awesome. Right, see you all later. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.